So friends, in this video we'll talk about like when you should not build an agent. So agents are the top rug, not the default. So understand that even when the chat GPT or these models were introduced, they did not have agent capabilities. It's over the time they developed these, and as the I mean it was quite a requirement by the industry. But understand this, that not every company, not organization, not every team needs an agentic level solution, because agent is a top notch solution. It's a costly solution. So you start first with the basic, like you make a single LLM call. So you have a model, you pick up model, open source model, proprietary model, or whatever model that fits your use case. You make a single call, and maybe that solves the problem. Then that's the very simplest and efficient solution that you can make. Another level is like you make a call and you use some tool. Maybe you search, you calculate, you apply call, and then you have own inbuilt coding solution to make an to solve some extra problem. And third is workflow, where you have known steps, you run in a fixed order by your code. Everything is still controlled by the code, but you are doing more with the along with LLM. Whereas the fourth step, or the advanced step, is the agent, which is a process which runs cyclic, which runs in a cyclic fashion, which has a feedback loop and fixed process to follow. So but it's remember that it's a costly solution and it's not for everyone. So signs, you don't need an agent. Try to find these signs if you have one. It's a single step: summarize, classify, translate, exact. Sometimes we just we are for example, we are developing a chatbot solution. We are taking prompts, and when we are taking prompts, maybe we are just answering what we have trained the model upon, right? We don't need something extra. The steps are known and fixed. Suppose the steps, the next step, or maybe you are doing 2 or 3 step processing, but these steps are fixed and you know them. It should be predictable, repeatable. Code is more reliable than a loop. So code is more reliable than loop is because the thing is that it's better that you decide something by writing the code, rather than AI let AI decide, because letting AI decide comes with lots of difficulties. It's not an easy or simple task. You need low latency, low cost. Remember that agents are slow and they are token hungry, so they are costly. You can't define clear success or safe limits. You also don't know your guardrails, because when you are running an agent, a lot of decisions are taken by agents, but you don't know which decision agent should take and which decision it should not take. So what an agent actually costs. So money loops multiple LM calls. So one task can burn a lot of token, and it's obvious. We have seen with the ingredients how the feedback loop works. So every decision it is making on its own, it is taking help from LLM to decide, and until that decision is finalized, maybe it is making multiple calls to LLM. That's actually costing you. So time, multi-setup loops are slow from seconds to minutes. It may take maybe minutes or maybe even hours to just solve one task. So it's not deterministic. It can wander and compound its own errors, right? So debugability. Imagine the decision AI agent made, and by communicating with LLM, and you later found out that that decision was not correct, or maybe you wanted to understand why it took that decision. Then debugging that thing is not easy. So safety, I think safety is the biggest concern, because agent means you are giving a lot of autonomy to the agent, and then it has the power to decide on your behalf what action to take. So that's also a concern. the option people skip workflows. If you already know the steps, you don't need an agent to discover them. You just write them. Friends, this is very, very important line, because thing is that we tend towards agent, if you know microservice architecture, then companies these days are running towards the microservices architecture, while the reality is that not every solution needs microservice based architecture. So similarly, not every solution needs agentic level solution. So carefully understand your workflow. So workflow is a fixed sequence of calls, tools orchestrated by your code. So you are doing all the things, right? You are communicating with LLM. You are using the tools, you are making API calls, you are running the code, you are doing everything. That's fine. But the one thing that a workflow has is that the steps are fixed. So decision is already made. You are not dependent upon agent to make a decision. So agent with workflow is still an agent, but you remember from last slide where it fits in the spectrum. So it fits somewhere in the middle, where it has fixed workflows, but the no autonomy. Cheaper, it's faster, more reliable. So agent, it decides the path. Workflow, you set the path. What an agent is, the when an agent is a right call. So also talk about like when it's the path is genuinely dynamic. You can't list the steps in advance, right? It has to adapt to what it finds along the way. That's a very big reason, because when you don't know the what will be the response, and based on the response only you have to decide next step, then agent is the best fit. Value of hands off, always the cost and unpredictability. So when you hand off autonomy, but it outweighs the cost and unpredictability, then agent is a good thing. So good fits, open-ended research, debugging code, exploring unfamiliar code base. So these reasons for which you are already using agent. For example, as a developer, you must have been using Copilot or plugins that allow Cloud or ChatGPT to make changes in your code to test that code. That's the great use. Simple test. So remember these things, it will help you decide early. If it's a single loop, no. Are these steps known or fixed? Then no. If it's a single LLM call, or if it's a workflow. So it's a single step, then go for LLM. If it's not, then are there any steps that is known or fixed? Then it's a workflow. And if you don't know the steps, then it adapts and runs, then it's an agent. So start with the simplest, add complexity only when the task forces you to do. And the agent, anti-agent, it's a pro judgment. So remember that agents are the very right on the spectrum, so they are very enhanced or advanced. So use them when you really need them. Simplest thing, workflows, add complexity only when forced. So next we will try to talk about like building your first agent from scratch. Okay, thank you.